Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Michael J. Bunch. I'm an author working on my first novel. So currently I am about 85% of the way through my dark fantasy novel, and I am eagerly anticipating the editing process. In today's video, we're going to dive into my writing process. We're going to explore some of the things that have worked for me and some of the things that haven't. So if you're interested in learning more about my journey and my process, then stick around. So my writing process has evolved over the last several months, primarily through a series of trial and error. When I first embarked on this journey in November of 2023, I immersed myself in countless videos on writing, and I experimented with a variety of processes. So some approaches worked well, while others didn't quite align with my style. I tried waking up early to write for an hour or two before starting my day, writing late into the night, even attempting a complete disconnect by stashing my phone in a drawer and unplugging the Wi-Fi. I also tried writing huge amounts of numbers, like between 1,000 and 2,000 every day. After testing these methods, I found that certain aspects resonated with me while others fell by the wayside. For example, I discovered that I genuinely enjoy waking up early and getting a little writing done. Even if it's just a few words, the act of putting pen to paper or finger to keyboard in the morning motivates me throughout the day. Even on days when I can't carve out time to write, when inspiration seems to elude me, I can take solace in the fact that I wrote in the morning and I made some progress, however small. It's all about chipping away at the manuscript one word at a time. I also found that writing later in the day, not too late, but after 5 p.m., was a sweet spot for me. If I tried to write past 9 p.m., I often found myself lacking the energy and focus needed to produce quality work. Writing in the early evenings allowed me to tackle other responsibilities and chores earlier in the day, freeing up my mind to concentrate on my novel without distractions. Next, let's address the topic of internet access. While I've largely overcome the urge to constantly check my phone, it was a significant challenge earlier on. So during my first few months of my journey, in an attempt to minimize distractions, I even went as far as purchasing a FreeWrite, essentially an electronic e-ink typewriter. It's designed to eliminate the temptations of the online world. Nowadays, I simply place my phone face down. I take a few deep breaths. I remind myself, let's get some writing done, and then I just do the thing. The FreeWrite typewriter has become a valuable tool in my writing arsenal, however, and I still turn to it occasionally. When I feel stuck or I need a change of pace, I'll often lay on the couch, prop the FreeWrite up on a pillow, and let the Paperwhite screen help me focus. Other times I prefer the tactile sensation and satisfying clicks of my mechanical keyboard. The feel and sound of the keys beneath my fingers can be incredibly motivating. However, it's important to remember that at work I write on a basic $10 keyboard, so don't let the absence of fancy equipment hold you back. At the end of the day, these tools are just that, tools. Music plays a crucial role in my writing process as well. I always write to instrumental tracks, often trying to match the mood of the piece I'm working on. When crafting more melancholy scenes, I find that the sound of rain in the background can help set the tone and transport me into the world of my characters. So to sum it up, here's my writing process in a nutshell. I wake up at 5:30 every day, 6:30 or 6 a.m. on the weekends, and I spend about 30 minutes easing into the day. Then I write for 15 minutes. I use a timer to keep myself on track. I use this timer. and I see how many words I can get. So I don't put too much pressure on myself in the morning writing session. At around 12 p.m. during my lunch hour when I'm working, I write for another 25 minutes. Again, I use my timer. This midday session usually yields between 500 and, well, between 300 and 500 words, sometimes more. When I get home at 5 p.m., I focus on hitting whatever goals I've set for myself, be it the daily goal or the weekly goal. My word count goals have evolved over time. I enjoy challenging myself, see how far I can go, but if I fall short of my goal, I try not to beat myself up about it. So it's incredibly important to maintain a healthy relationship with the writing process. You don't want to put yourself down. So when I first started, my goal was 1,000 words per day. And I managed to hit that target for a few days, but I quickly found myself burned out. I then reduced my goal to 500 words, eventually settling on 400. And I maintained that pace for several months. And now, after 6 months, 7 months now, I've upped my word count to about 714 words per day. So it translates to about 5,000 words per week. And this feels both challenging and achievable, keeping me motivated to make consistent progress on my novel. To help me stay on track, I meticulously log my word count in an Excel spreadsheet. This practice brings me a great deal of satisfaction as I can look back and see how far I've come. It's a fantastic way to visualize my progress and celebrate the small victories along the way. By keeping a record of my daily output, I can also identify patterns in my productivity and make adjustments to my writing schedule as needed. One of the most valuable lessons I've learned throughout this process is the importance of being kind to yourself. Writing a novel is a marathon, not a sprint, and there will inevitably be days when the words don't flow as easily as others. On those challenging days, I remind myself that every word I write brings me one step closer to my goal. I try not to get too caught up in the numbers, focusing instead on the act of showing up and putting in the work, even when it feels tough. Remember, writing is a deeply personal journey, and what works for one author may not work for another. It's all about experimenting, finding what resonates with you, and building a process that supports your creativity and productivity. Don't be afraid to try new things, and don't get discouraged if something doesn't work out. It's all part of the learning experience. If you have any questions about my writing process or want to share your own tips and tricks, please leave a comment below. I'm always eager to learn from fellow writers and hear about what works for them. If you found this video helpful or inspiring, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and remember, no matter where you are in your writing journey, the most important thing is to keep on writing. Every word counts, and every day brings you closer to your goal. Until next time, happy writing.